Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video, we're going to be comparing the Able Carry Max with the Air Travel Pack 3. Make sure to check out both video reviews on this channel if you want to know more about each of these bags, but for now, we're going to be comparing them. Let's jump in. All right, so kicking this off, you're gonna notice a bit of a difference between these two bags on the outside. The Able Carry Max has a lot more external attachment points on it. So we have this webbing, you've got this like loop here, and loop here, loops here. So there's a lot of places where if you want to attach something on the outside, you can. We got loop up here on the top, loop here. Air doesn't have much. You could put a carabiner clip right here, but this is mainly a grip for the zipper while you're using it. They do have a D-ring that's offered right up here though on the Travel Pack 3. So you have that as an option. I don't really put a lot of stuff on the outside of my bag. So I like just the Air, I like it a little bit better because it's a little bit of a cleaner look. But the Max, it gives you that functionality without clogging up the design language too. It still looks like a really slick bag. So Air wins for me on the external like attachment points, but the Able Carry pretty much lays flat and actually kind of enhances the design language too. So I'm a fan. Air has 4 handles on this thing. So you have 1 on the bottom here, 2 on the side, and then 1 on the top. The Able Carry Max has 1 on the side and then 1 on the top as well. And then there's a little hook back here to hang the bag up. If you're in like a bathroom stall or something like that, you can hang this on the hook, don't get it on the floor. It's a little bit easier sometimes than trying to go through this top one that you see. Air does not offer that at all. So Air has more handles, which is nice, but I do like the positioning of the handle on the Able Carry Max a little bit better. As you can see, it's mounted in a diagonal fashion right here. So when you hold it up, it stands straight up. The Air is tilty a little bit, gets a little bit tilted. And then there are compression straps on the side of the Air too. We got 1, 2, and then, 3, 4. So you can use it to hold extra gear or compress the bag down when there's not as much inside of it. The Able Carry Max is pretty much what you see is what you get when it comes to the depth. And I'll just hold these up so you can see the difference in the depth between the two. All right, so we've got load lifters up here at the top of the 35-liter Air Travel Pack 3. That really helps distribute the weight, as does this optional place for a hip belt. Don't have the hip belt on here, but you can clip one on. Really helps with the carry of this thing. That's covered in the full review video if you want to check it out. No load lifters on the Max, and then no area for a hip belt down here at the bottom. But this is 30 liters, this is 35. I think that's appropriate design decision for the total liter size. We like to say that anything about 35 liters and up should start to require load lifters and a hip belt, at least as an option. Got some attachment points here, 2 on the Air, and then you've got a nice D-ring here, and then you have 3 and 3 on the Max, and then a little hypalon loop here if you want to attach anything else. I like the sternum strap on the Air Travel Pack 3 better. It works better at 6'2", which is what I am, and then a 19.5-inch torso. I find that I can just get it to fit me a little bit better. There's not as much of a range of motion here. These designs are pretty similar. You can take these off if you want to. And then we have this X-Pack fabric gusset going over here on the top. It's got a bit of a more crinklier feel because it's X-Pack, but the Air Travel Pack 3 also comes in X-Pack as well. I like the sternum strap magnetic buckle of the Travel Pack 3 a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to get off versus the push button on the Max. The adjustments here are pretty much the same, the adjuster straps, then we have elastic keepers as well. Both Duraflex, both high quality, both get the job done very well. All right, so this is the Able Carry Max. I like the way that it looks and feels. The one thing that I notice about it compared to the Air Travel Pack 3 is I can just tell that these straps are a little bit thicker, a little more cushy. It kind of feels like a Cadillac or like a boat car, you know, that just kind of like bounces along the freeway. That's how my shoulders are feeling right now. I like the way that the Air Travel Pack 3 fits and feels better. It's got an ergonomic curve on the harness system here. You can see I got those load lifters dialed in. I've got the sternum strap on. and it just feels more ergonomic on my back. All right, let's kick it off with the front pockets. On the right, you're gonna see airs. If I open that up, there's not a ton of organization going inside. In fact, none at all, but there's some ample space in here, pretty much taking up this amount of space on the front of the bag. No pockets inside, but there is a key clip here if you want to put your keys on. We have the same key clip going on in the Max too, except this one is detachable with a daisy chain. There's a daisy chain here if you just want a carabiner or clip additional items. This pocket on the Max is accessible from the side, so if you're holding it by the handle or you have it swung in front of your body, you can look down, get easy access to the interior of it. There are two liner pockets here as well. The liner pockets, they lay flat if you don't use them, but I think it's always a little awkward when you're accessing it on the zipper on this side and then you're putting things in here. You know, if it was like a zipper up here up top like the Air, you would have access down to those pockets a little bit more easily. So I didn't really use these that much when I was testing it. Your mileage may vary whether you like that or not, but I do think the access is a bit cumbersome, especially if you have the main compartment all the way filled up. Flipping it to the side here, we'll talk about the water bottle pockets. That'd be so cool if you could fit a laptop in here. There is a little bit more space on the Max. You have this gusseted fabric. It's kind of half in, half out, but you can zip this away and really hide that bottle pocket at the expense of interior space, or you can leave it open and the bottle can come out a little bit. The Air unzips too, but it's pretty much exclusively onto the outside of the bag. It can cut into the main compartment a bit, but you can't zip this away and have the bottle hide itself in it. That's not really a thing with Air, more of a thing with Able Carry. Flipping it over, we have very similar quick access pockets. Not much to talk about here. We have it just on the side of the Air here, and then we have webbing actually inside of the Max. So that's just something to notice. But overall, these are pretty similar. Air kind of has some gusseting to come out a little bit. The Max just goes inside a little bit more, and a nice fabric welt here on the Max too. All right, next up we have that quick access pocket on the top here that Able Carry does not offer. So I love this quick access pocket on the top of the Air Travel Pack 3. You just pop everything in here before you go through security. All right, not an option here on the Max, but we do have laptop compartments. Air's is nice and soft back panel, and then you have a simple like hammock here that is used for putting your laptop in. It won't hit the bottom. There's a false bottom here, which I dig. And then we have this interior zippered pocket as well for any tech items that you want to dump in there. Not a lot of room in here, or not a lot of like organization. The Able Carry is similar. You open it up. I like the stiffness of this frame sheet. Air's is pretty good too. They both have about equally stiff frame sheet. Obviously it's even more stiff once you get the laptop in here. There's like a secret pocket behind here, but this is for that frame sheet, this zippered area primarily. Again, hammock here, and then you have a nice stretchy liner pocket for like a tablet or a pen, whatever you want to place in here. Then it goes all the way to the bottom here, but it is a suspended pocket here for your laptop. And then if I open that up, you got a little more organization inside of the Max. So if you have like camera batteries that you want to keep sorted, you can do that here. And then there's a bit of webbing there too, if you want to attach something else. And then Air has this giant admin panel right up at the front here. I'd recommend checking out the full review if you want to see exactly how we pack this out and how we talk about it. But the Able Carry Max doesn't really have a lot more going on in terms of interior organization or like an admin panel like this. Kind of what you see in the back is what you get. All right, let's hop onto the main compartment of both of these bags. Both open up clamshell style like we have here. The one thing I'll say here about the Max is that it's a bit more structured on the sides. I think a lot of that's due to the X-Pack material. The 1680D ballistic in the Air Travel Pack 3 is a little bit more floppy, but there's an X-Pack version of this as well, and I would wager to bet that the X-Pack version is more tub-like and a little bit stiffer just because that's what that fabric is. It's not quite as soft. Moving on to the interior specificities here, we've got 3 loops on each side of the Able Carry if you want to attach accessories that Able Carry sells or other accessories, 3 on each side, or other accessories just in general. I want to talk about this fabric here. There's a gusseted piece of fabric here that's great, or that is where the water bottle cuts in. So you can see that you really get a size penalty. Let me actually grab some packing cubes real quick and just show you for some measurement. So if I'm pushing this across and you've got that, you know, you can just see the width there being affected if I've got that water bottle in there. On the Air, you're not really gonna run into that. You got a lot more space, and I do think the Air is a little bit wider too than the Max, but if you have a water bottle in here, you're definitely penalized for that, but it does lay flat if you don't have anything inside. Looks slick on the outside because it's tucked in, but you are gonna be penalized for that. Cool, set this off to the side. Air's water bottle pocket is on the outside, remember. It does cut in a little bit, but you have room on the interior for this small zippered pocket. If you wanna put cash, cards, or other flat items in there, you can totally do that. And then you have this quick access pocket on the top that cuts in as well. If you have a lot of thick stuff in here, you know, that's gonna be penalizing that interior space that you have. But most of the time I leave this top pocket empty personally, fill it up with my stuff in my pockets while I'm going through TSA, and then pull it out afterwards, or there's just like a passport or phone in here, something small and thin. And then on this side, we have a little slide pocket. It's like an interior water bottle pocket if you want to put something in there, maybe like a laptop stand, just some additional organization inside of the Max if you want to pop some stuff in. And then, yeah, there isn't anything on this side of the Air Travel Pack 3. Flip it around. Let's talk about the top pockets. Top pockets, not the hot pockets, but the top pockets. All right, kicking it out here on the top, we've got two pockets that you can just get access to top down on both of these on the Able Carry Max. Nice ripstop material here. Nothing going on inside, but you have some ample space if you just want to load that up with gear. Also, of course, just like everywhere else in the Max, you have some daisy chain webbing as well if you want to attach things inside on carabiners or what have you. Then there's this mesh pocket at the bottom. You've got some depth to it here. You got some volume. There's a gusseted piece of fabric so you can really get that filled up. The mesh itself is not super stretchy, but it feels robust and it feels strong. Different than the Air mesh here, which is very stretchy, which I really like this mesh. I think it feels good in the hand, and you can fill it right up with things with relative ease. You got this top pocket here, similar to the top pocket in the Able Carry. You can see that you have a wider amount of space here on the Air, just because this is like a flat lid. The Able Carry is a lid too, but it kind of goes inside. Like the sides of this pack bow out and curve out a little bit more. It's less of just like a flat top like the Air Travel Pack 3. It's got a bit of a curve to it. So you're gonna have more width in the Air Travel Pack 3. In the back here too, this is kind of a secret sneaky pocket. If you wanna put like socks and underwear in there, that's a great spot for it because they lay a little bit flatter. Me personally, I like to use packing cubes when I'm packing this thing out. So I'll just kind of use this as a secret pocket because it really blends back into the background. You do have some ample leaderage here though. You can see that this whole pocket, it's like a 3D pocket. You have some gusset here so that can really pack out. So there you have it, the Able Carry Max and the Air Travel Pack 3. Super excited to hear what your favorite is down in the comments below. And if this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for being here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. See you in the next video.